In this video, I'm going to share updated thoughts on the high-level potential of Palantir, explain how PLTR is a rare company that gets stronger during chaos, and discuss where I see the stock heading by the end of 2021, 1 year from now. Let's go. The essence of Palantir. At its core, Palantir is basically a data analytics company with a variety of different components with which its products solve problems in the corporate and government sectors previously not possible in cost-effective and personalized ways. While PLTR gets most of its business from governments today, its core in enterprise is growing rapidly, especially in the finance and pharmaceutical verticals, pointing to increasing interest in Palantir's platforms. More on that shortly. Gotham, an overview. Gotham transforms raw data into structured databases for integrated applications in the government context for data mapping and tagging. Essentially, Palantir's Gotham platform reduces the time it takes to complete such crucial and labor-intensive processes in a way that non-technical people can easily grasp. We'll see more of this on demo day. But Gotham has a user-friendly data visualizer for analyzing government sources. This helps with tasks such as resource planning and management of government and business activities, mediated by Palantir's software and technology stack. Gotham, as the current flagship product, is what has historically been the main source of the company's revenue. Foundry, an overview. Foundry and what it stands for is the future of Palantir. It's immensely useful for companies and teams that don't have the technical expertise or wherewithal to focus on or spend to develop an AI big data analysis division. That's where Foundry comes in. Not only does it offer a software stack that is unparalleled in its ability to level the corporate playing field and allow anyone in any division with any level of skill to help the business with its targeted project, but it also does so for a much lower cost than developing an internal solution. There are a few reasons why PLTR may turn into a huge player in this market of analyzing big data. The first of which is that Palantir has 17 years of experience since inception of working with and coding for big data sets, which is a much longer period of time than nearly anyone else because of its early and continued focus on government contracts. Also, Palantir shouldn't have a problem as a trustworthy company gaining more clients on the business side since they've already won over the US government. In addition, PLTR's sales have strong lock-in effects with its multi-year contracts that extend out an average of more than 3 years. Today, they aren't anywhere near to their target of 6,000 customers, thereby providing some opportunity for investors going forward. But Palantir has spent a lot of effort onboarding its current clients and retaining them, providing individual powerful levels of customization for each specific task. With approximately 150 of its target 6,000 corporate client goal, Palantir has some considerable room to run, financially speaking, as it increases its user base. Competitive edge. To make it as simple as possible to explain, Palantir has a software-as-a-service business model with better distribution, stronger sales, and more powerful lock-in effects than its so-called competition in the space. Even Palantir has addressed that its most direct competitor is, in most situations, the government using existing and more traditional solutions, or corporations taking the time to develop their own internal platforms. Quite simply, Palantir has something that smaller and less established players in the space are not able to compete with, from capital and talent points of view. PLTR has put in the work over the past 2 decades to build a suite of platforms, Gotham, Foundry, and newly Apollo, that each fit into a target market in need of simplicity and strength to elevate any operation involving big data and analyzing that data. Ultimately, Palantir has experience that other companies don't, with years and years of working in such highly regulated spaces and obtaining contracts and serious contacts with the biggest names in the world. Impeccable positioning. I'll get to my predictions next, but what follows is incredibly important when it comes to evaluating PLTR's stock performance for the coming months. Palantir's ultimate power comes from its ability to pivot in any way necessary with its versatile software. For instance, this year, Palantir has gotten very involved with the pharmaceutical industry by supporting COVID-19 research. Previously, I've not spent much time referencing PLTR's S1 filing, but here are two quotes directly pulled from the source material. Quote, "In times of stability, the right software helps our most critical institutions serve their markets and the public. In times of crisis, effective software can be essential to an organization's survival." This first quote hints at something that isn't entirely obvious to many investors: the fact that COVID-19 has helped and will continue to generate value for PLTR. And, quote, "Our customers come to us because their technological infrastructure has failed them. The enterprise software industry's focus on custom software tools and applications is misplaced. Those approaches often only work briefly, if at all. The problems and needs of an organization often change before the software can be deployed." This second quote directly attacks a key weakness in most organizations: the strong desire to build in-house and ignore off-the-shelf solutions, which are often superior. This is where PLTR has entered with undeniably robust products, stronger in chaos. PLTR is constantly learning and upgrading across multiple industries and outperforming the technology built by individual organizations. And something quite interesting is that Palantir donated Foundry at no cost for many organizations during 2020. This is a fascinating strategy since it highlights PLTR's confidence in its ability to build trust with the various industries. Palantir is helping the US government establish a system to manufacture, distribute, and administer coronavirus vaccines. PLTR's Tiberius software will help the government manage vaccine data and identify high areas of distribution need and potential issues, according to the Wall Street Journal. Palantir has already helped the federal government track coronavirus-related hospitalizations. And here's an example of how Palantir's software is able to aid in these times of need. Tiberius will collect data from federal agencies, local governments, drug companies, and distributors to help health officials, quote, "integrate a wide range of demographic, employment, and public health datasets to identify the location of priority population." On December 7th, Palantir was reported to have inked a 3-year contract with the FDA. The contract, to power drug review and inspections, is worth $44.4 million, according to Bloomberg. Overall, this company has real potential to be at the forefront of deploying the vaccine next year and going on to demonstrate itself as an entity that can perform on the highest levels. 2021 predictions. A little over a month ago, I put out my long-term targets for PLTR, and in that video, with the stock around $18 per share, I said that for 2021, I saw a base case of $25, target of $35, and bull case of $50 if everything goes right in 2021. And now, given all the aforementioned points, I'd like to revise these predictions. Please understand that I'm no financial analyst, nor advisor. I'm just using my reasoning ability to try and find a business as durable and likely to deliver massive results as possible. Future catalysts. The following are what I believe could be catalysts for PLTR in the coming months. A record Q4 with an increasing number of clients and no way on the financials from the one-time costs of the direct listing. Successful deployment and subsequent name recognition for help in releasing the most anticipated vaccine of all time. Clearing the lockup period with little selling from insiders. Now, this is definitely not something I can say for certain, and it's a big if. I've even warned about downward pressure before, but I'm hoping that most big shareholding insiders will hold most of their positions, even giving the upcoming opportunity for liquidity. but I do think there is a high probability and possibility that we will see some weakness, considering insiders will likely look to liquidate at least some percentage of their positions, considering the stock has gone up hundreds of percentage points since the direct listing. So assuming the weakness does not crater the stock, I think we will see Palantir rebound quickly following that lockup period expiration. And the final major catalyst I'd like to recognize is general accelerating revenue and growth in every aspect of the business going forward for the whole fiscal year of 2021. So with all that said, and understanding the excitement behind Palantir stock, from the erratic Wall Street bets grasping at straws for the stock to go to the moon, all the way to ARK Invest holding strong onto their shares for the coming years, I continue to believe there is considerable upside left for PLTR, especially in 2021, its first full year of trading. Therefore, for 2021, I hypothesize a base case of $40, target of $50, and a bull case of $60 if everything goes right in 2021 and Palantir becomes the Zoom of next year, with its helping of many countries around the world in deploying the vaccine and allowing for companies to become more resilient as everyone looks towards a return to business as usual in the best possible ways. More growth, higher customer satisfaction, and the greatest of success. So what do you think? A doubling to $50 would put Palantir at $100 billion in market cap. To be clear, I am not expecting it. I think we'll likely be more towards the base case, and I'm not planning for it either, since all of this is speculation. But I do see that as the high end if Palantir dominates next year, and I do think $60 and even above is on the table for 2021 for Palantir stock. It all comes down to if people believe Palantir will be the next giant company 10 years out, and funds pile in. Anyway, with Demo Day coming up and Palantir aiding governments and businesses around the world, I think we will be able to see Palantir's future more clearly in just a short while. So hit like if you appreciated this production and subscribe if you're new. Until next time.